Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of high security and unveiling the top 5 most protected people in the United States. You know, those folks who can't even go out for a gallon of milk without a small army in tow. You won't believe who's on this list. We're talking bulletproof everything, guys with sunglasses and earpieces, the whole shebang. We'll uncover the reasons behind their intense security measures and just how far these precautions go to keep them safe from any potential threat. So, buckle up folks, because things are about to get serious. We're about to uncover the world of high-stakes security and the people who live in it every single day. Let's get to it. First up, we have the big cheese himself, the commander-in-chief, the guy who gets saluted by fighter jets, the president of the United States. I mean, this one's a no-brainer, right? The president is shadowed by the Secret Service 24/7, and believe me, these guys are the real deal. We're talking highly trained agents, cutting-edge technology, and more firepower than a Schwarzenegger movie marathon. I'm talking about a motorcade that looks like it rolled straight out of a Transformers film, complete with decoy cars, agents armed to the teeth, and enough counter-surveillance tech to make James Bond jealous. And don't even get me started on Air Force One. That thing is basically a flying fortress, equipped with everything from missile defense systems to a fully stocked operating room. They even have this special briefcase, the nuclear football, that follows the president everywhere. It's basically like the ultimate in case of emergency button, but instead of ordering pizza, it can, start World War III. So yeah, I'd say the president's pretty well protected. Next up, we have the Vice President of the United States. Now, you might be thinking, the Vice President? Really? But hear me out. This is the person who steps in if, heaven forbid, anything were to happen to the president. Plus, they've usually got a pretty important job themselves. Just like the president, the Veep gets their own Secret Service detail, a fleet of armored cars, and enough security measures to make Fort Knox look like a bouncy castle. They may not have the nuclear football, but I'm pretty sure they have a pretty convincing stand-in. Maybe a nuclear tennis ball or something. I bet the vice president and the president have a little competition going on behind the scenes, like, who can get the most armored cars in their motorcade, or who has the cooler secret agent gadgets. It's probably like a really intense game of show and tell in the White House. Coming in at number 3, we have the Speaker of the House. Now this one might surprise some people, but remember, the Speaker is third in line to the presidency. That's right, after the president and vice president, it's this person who gets to lead the free world. So, naturally, they've got a pretty impressive security detail themselves. We're talking around-the-clock protection from the US Capitol Police, who are no slouches when it comes to keeping things safe. These guys and gals know how to handle a gavel and a Glock. Plus, the speaker gets whisked around in a bulletproof car, attends events with a swarm of security personnel, and probably has a panic room that's nicer than my apartment. Hey, when you're that high up on the political totem pole, you can never be too careful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Justice of the United States, the Honorable John G. Roberts, Jr., and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of the United States.
Number 4 on our list takes us to the highest court in the land, where we find the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. This is the head honcho of the judicial branch, the final word on legal matters, and someone who definitely doesn't want to be caught slipping in a courtroom sketch. The Chief Justice receives protection from the Supreme Court Police, a dedicated force responsible for the safety of the entire Supreme Court building and its justices. These guys are trained to spot a constitutional crisis from a mile away, and they probably have a pretty good eye for counterfeit $100 bills too. And let's not forget the symbolic weight the Chief Justice carries. They're not just protecting a person, they're protecting an institution, a pillar of American democracy. That's a lot of pressure, but hey, I bet they get a sweet robe and gavel out of the deal. Last but not least, we have a category rather than one specific person: high-profile billionaires. Think tech moguls, business tycoons, and anyone who can buy their own island but chooses to live amongst us regular folks. Now these folks might not have official government protection, but they've got something just as good. Cold, hard cash. We're talking about private security teams that would make the Expendables look like a bunch of mall cops. Former Navy SEALs, ex-CIA agents, you name it, they've got it. These guys are trained in everything from hand-to-hand combat to evasive driving, and they're probably equipped with gadgets that haven't even been invented yet. And the best part? The billionaires get to pick their own code names. I bet Mark Zuckerberg goes by the algorithm, Bill Gates is Mr. Windows, and Elon Musk is probably just Rocket Man. Hey, when you're that rich, you can call yourself whatever you want. So there you have it, folks. The top 5 most protected people in the United States. From the Oval Office to the Supreme Court to the gilded cages of the super rich, these individuals have security measures that are both impressive and, let's face it, a little bit intimidating. But hey, it's a dangerous world out there. You never know when some rogue squirrel is going to try to steal your secret recipe for world domination, or when a flock of pigeons is going to launch a coordinated attack on your collection of rare Beanie Babies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting content. See you next time.